Welcome to Champlin Park High School, Northwest Suburban Conference High School boys basketball already into 2025, and the season starting to wind down already. Where is the season going? Here tonight, the Champlin Park Rebels are hosting the Elk River Elks along with Pete Anderson. I'm Jim Erickson here tonight from the field house at Champlin Park High School, and Champlin Park off to a nice start. Couple of bumps in the road against two quality ranked teams, but Champlin Park coming in also ranked in the top 10, Pete.
A very good start. A really great season here for Aaron Klepner in his fourth season for the Rebels. And a lot of that lies on the shoulders of their leaders. Some of the guys that we talked about pregame with Coach Klepner and Ty Wagner, Preston Tilke. Those are the guys that really kind of, lead this team. He's talked about them on game days, knowing the ways to motivate the rest of the squad and being able to see that in person previously here at QCTV and then talk to Coach Klepner about it. You can see exactly what those guys do to make sure that everybody understands the goal at hand right now for the Rebels.
Champlin Park coming off a win, 86-85 over Anoka after a couple of losses to Sauk Rapids and St. Michael Albertville. Meanwhile, Elk River 2-5 on the season. Although they've won their last two, they're starting to get going after a slow start. After all, half of their team was on that state championship football team.
Yeah, we had a chance to talk to head coach Ryan Servati about that exact thing, and talking about giving them a little bit of a transition period coming off of the football season, an excellent season, a championship season for them, and then to move into basketball mode. And when they first started playing games, he said a lot of those guys had only had 4 practices. And, seeing some of those things come together, now that they're more than a month into the season, winning a couple games, they're looking to come out here and compete today.
Champlin Park, dark uniforms, Elk River in the white. Jackson Bowl wins the tap. And we are underway. The Elks 2-5, 0-2 in the conference. Max Spanier is their point guard, averaging 11 points a game. This is Jackson Bowl, the 6'4" post to the hoop, and Preston Tilke will get called for the foul. Not agreeing with it there in your screen. First foul of the game as we're just 16 seconds in.
Preston feels like he's walking that line where he's staying alongside but not impeding the path. The official disagrees.
Lob pass may have hit the bottom of the basket. Turnover. Champlin Park back with it. First possession for them, and Solikpo, Kwa Solikpo, just a sophomore but averaging 17.4 points a game, nails that little pull-up jumper. 2-0 Rebels.
He's an electric player. He's got a lot of speed. He's got great court vision, and he's not afraid to shoot from anywhere. He's got a lot of different shots in his bag.
Tilke a shot right side for 3. Couple of turnovers back-to-back here for Elk River. They clear the rebound and they bring it across. Bowl. There's Levi Harris. He's the quarterback on the football team. State champs for Coach Steve Hamilton. And Coach Ryan Servati gave him 2 weeks off, a full week after the football season ended. Right side with Webster, makes a move to the basket, off his foot, out of bounds. So that's 3 turnovers here for Elk River in their first 3 possessions here. They're down 2-0, and that was one of the things that head coach Servati mentioned when we talked to him earlier, to take care of the basketball.
Absolutely. One of the things that he mentioned flat out is, Champlin Park, they're able to score points, but they're giving up a lot as well. But if they're going to get into a track meet with them, it's not really conducive to Elk River's style. They got to be a little bit more secure with the ball, and they've got to take advantage of some of those opportunities when they present themselves.
Good length here for Champlin Park. That's Walter, kicked out corner. Solikpo, and that hits the top of the backboard. And they did not whistle that down. It did not hit the stanchion. And the rebound here to the Elks. Still down 2-0. Crossover dribble. Belizdia in the middle in the paint. Webster back out. Here's Max Spanier. Had 26 in the recent game against Duluth East. Stripped away, a steal. Back go the Rebels, the layup up and good. Ty Wagner averaging practically 30 points a game. Number 2 for the Rebels. 29.8 at 40 against Anoka. Gets that one there, 4-0 Rebels. Elks attack, shot missed, 3 off the front of the rim. They're still looking for their first points as the Rebels come back. Select miscues and turnovers here, and they're up 6-0.
Quick timeout taken there by Elk River coach Ryan Servati. And what we see from Ryan is And what we've seen from Elk River is exactly what Ryan said he didn't want to see. And so that's why I think we see that timeout. It's very early. It's only a 6-point lead, but getting back to some of those fundamentals, some of those principles that he talked about us of playing good, strong defense, keep everything in front of you, secure the basketball, take advantage of the opportunities when you can.
So Ty Wagner has had games of 32, 34, 26, 34, 34. And then the 2 losses he was held to 19, both by Sauk Rapids and St. Michael Albertville. Then he exploded for 40 in that win over Anoka, 86-85 here at Champlin Park last Thursday. What a wild one that was. Anoka's got a good club. Here's a strip and a steal. Tilke all the way in, basket, and it's good and a foul.
Great body control there by Preston Tilke. Kind of a senior savvy veteran move, slowing his body so that Bull had to go through him, absorbs that contact and lays it up and in, goes for the old school 3. But, Rebels out to an early lead, kind of pushing the pace here. They're averaging 90 points a game through 8 games.
Tilke has the basket, the free throw, the 3-point play, the old-fashioned way, 9-0 Rebels. Rebels scoring a lot, but they've been giving up a lot as well. And Coach Aaron Klepner mentioned that. He's in his 4th season. Webster, down low, Bull tries to muscle his way up. A lot of size down there for the Rebels. Spanier comes up with it. Crossover, Webster, pull up, fade away. That rattles out. Elk still looking for their first one to fall. Rebound, Salikbo for Champlin Park. He'll take it to the hoop. Goes in with a left hand. He scores, and the basket is good.
Salikbo is just, he's a great basketball player. He's got great length. He's got the ability to kind of score from different angles. And right there, it looked like he was kind of outside of his range, just trying to reach and drop that in. Ends up using the backboard and drawing the foul.
This time the 3-point play doesn't connect. Jackson Bull grabs the rebound here for the Elks. Bull averages about 13 rebounds a game. He says he's their Dennis Rodman for this Elk River team without the colored hair. I don't think he's dated Madonna either. Shot right side. Doesn't go for Chase Sheldon, who came in last whistle in that timeout. Rebound Rebels, and they'll give it right back to the Elks. That long pass does not connect.
I guess Dennis Rodman's daughter is like an amazing soccer player. Who knew?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's on the national team.
I need to follow soccer closer, don't I? Sheldon's
going to Rodman involved.
Yes. If there's a Rodman involved, let's just say all camera people have to protect themselves at all times.
I was at that game.
You were at that Timberwolves game? The cameraman got kicked?
I was. I had no idea what was going on.
Jump shot good. Max Spanier hits a 3 here for the Elks to get them on the board, to break an 11-0 run here by the Rebels to open up this game. There's Ty Wagner into the corner, left side. Salikbo misses this one. Bull taps it. And the rebound, Levi Harris. Missed all of last basketball season. Knee injury in the football season early on. Came back with a vengeance. Quarterback of that power T offense. And here's his jumper from 15. It rattles out, doesn't go. Rebound, Walter.
Good look there for Harris as he was able to kind of get to that spot just shy of the elbow. And had a good elevation. Just couldn't get that one to fall through the net.
Wagner Tilke comes up short. Dominic Webster, the 6'5 junior, brings it up. Good size, bounce pass. Sheldon in the corner for the Elks. Trying to chip away. It's 11-3. They were down 11-0. Harris leans in. Tough shot up against Tilke. Rebound Bull. Elks hold on. Elk River settling in a little bit here after being a little ragged early on with the turnovers. Sheldon in, blocked, swatted away by Wagner. Up ahead to Tilke all the way. His layup is good.
You know, it was a really strong possession there for Elk River. Got a couple of really good looks, just not getting that ball to fall through. And then you give up an easy one on the other end. It's easy to get deflated, but Coach Travatti's hoping that these guys get things figured out. It's a 10-point lead, but as we mentioned, Champlin Park's defense isn't exactly shut down, so they could be prone to runs.
Harris steps on the baseline. And that'll give it back here to Champlin Park. 6-2 off to a 3-0 start. They opened the season with 5 wins and the loss to Sauk Rapids and St. Michael Albertville. That was part of the Granite City Classic over in the St. Cloud area, with games being played at St. Cloud State and at Sauk Rapids High School. Sauk Rapids and St. Michael both in Elk River section. So Coach Servati was interested to see how they would do against Champlin Park after the Rebels lost to both of those teams. Tilkey's shot missed, and it's going to be Elk ball. Sheldon again, Harris out in front of that Champlin Park bench. Lob to the backside, up his bowl, the pump fake, that's blocked. And getting a hand on it was Gavin Walter. They go 6'5", 6'6", 6'4", 6'3" up front. And really, there's no more up front. Now, basically, your offense 4 guards and 1 poster forward, the way it is done here these days in high school basketball at any level. But good length and size for Champlin Park.
That's twice now that Bowl has been down on the block and maybe had an opportunity, just a split-second hesitation in going up, and has cost him, probably an easy bucket both times.
Harris to Bowl. Along that baseline, he's watched closely by Wagner, in the 3 on the right side. Second one here in the game. Max Spanier heating up a bit. Mentioned he hit for 26 in the win up at Duluth East, their most recent game on Saturday. That was a showcase up at Duluth High School. There were 8 games. So these teams had to sit through 7 other games before they played. Jump shot, Wagner missed. Rebound, Webster. Elks have it down to 7. Harris.
Outside shooting for Champlin Park is a little suspect right now. They're 0-4 from the field.
Spanier with that lefty shot, free throw line, no good. Bowl the rebound, back to Webster. Amani Cool is out there. He checked in last whistle. Webster running hook shot off the back iron, couldn't get to go. That would have been a pretty shot had he gotten it to go. Walter rebound. Salikbo pulls up, shot, backside rebound, Bowl. Webster has it again.
Perimeter defense for Elk River, really solid. They're not giving any space, and they're really putting pressure at the release point for the Champlin Park shooters, forcing those shots to be off. On the flip side, it's Elk River getting into their sets, just not finishing late in the shot clock.
Harris, long bomb, back iron. Rebound, Tilkey. Elks have outscored Champlin Park here 6-2 since it was 11-0 to open the game. So we near 10 minutes left in the first half. Tilkey fakes, takes it inside against Webster, muscles his way, and he puts it in for his 7th point of the game.
I thought he'd lost it. I thought he traveled. I thought, all of the things. It was right there in front of the official. He's got a better view than I do, but I kept waiting for the whistle on that shot, on that play.
Oh, Wagner taps it away. All the way in, 2-hand dunk. The Totino Grace transfer averaged 13.5 at Totino last year. Comes to Champlin Park here this year and is averaging nearly 30. And he puts that one down with authority on the steal, 17-6, as you see it right there.
Really good anticipation there by Wagner as he saw that pass coming in, and then just utilizes what he, what God gave him, reaching out, extending those arms. And from there on, with nobody in front of him, he's got the lift to get up there and put that one down.
Found out tonight that Ty Wagner's mom was the former head basketball coach for girls basketball at Forest Lake. Worked with her a lot when I was doing radio up in that side of the, did some Champlin Park games. We had games on the Bob Radio Network, WLKX, and they had some pretty good teams. Both boys and girls basketball over at Forest Lake. And now to see Ty Wagner just slicing and dicing here at 6'6", a senior. He has been something to watch. He was kind of the second fiddle at Totino Grace, who's their second leading scorer last year at 13.5. And we asked Aaron Kleppner what it's been like for him to kind of be the guy now this year, leading the Rebels in scoring. And he said thinks he's showing the confidence of that, and he's willing to take it to the hoop and score, but he also can make some plays and be a playmaker.
Yeah, it's it's always nice when you're the man, right? You've got, everybody looks to you to do those things, but at the same time, there's some pressure that goes along with it. And seeing Wagner surrounded by some of these talented basketball players, Telke a senior, but some juniors, sophomores as well. you know, they've really all kind of gelled around him and have created a really, really strong team. And I don't know if Coach Kleppner would agree, but you know, it's something that from an outsider's perspective, they didn't have last year.
Last year, Elk River beat Champlin Park 65-64. Here is Wagner. Hand off, up off the glass. Mo Jallo, his second basket, 4th point of the game. Last year, the Rebels were 14-13. Elk River won just 4 games, and one of those wins was against this Champlin Park team. 19-6 now, Rebels. Webster there on the right wing. Backs him down, leans, shot, bounces around, no good. Tilke ends up with a rebound and a foul on the Elks.
That's going to go against Bull, who, you know, as you mentioned previously, is, you know, kind of the everyman, that strong presence on the glass. He's just fighting for every bit he can and got tangled up a little bit there to get that foul call.
It'll be Kwa Solikpo who will bring it across, 5'10" sophomore. For Wagner, Solikpo, Kyler Poost with the ball, touching it for the first time, takes it across the lane, looking to create a shot out to Tilke. Solikpo, here's his 3, back iron, long rebound, tapped out by Jallo. Resetting Tilke. Wagner, Spanier on him, takes it to the left hand, to the right hand, as he slices way to the basket. 2 more for Wagner, just his 4th point of the game.
Really good crossover to get him past Spanier, and just got him a step, and he was able to make something to happen right there and then finish
Ball
really clean.
Kicked around, the break the other way. Solikpo lays it in. Great body control by Solikpo. And another run here for the Rebels. They have their largest lead of the game here, 17, 23-6. Backdoor cut, Cool. Bowl kicks out, Webster, a 3 attempt, got it. Dominic Webster on the board. He has 9. All 9 points are 3-pointers here for the Elks, 2 for Spanier, and now 1 for Webster.
Champlin Park, you know, the way they play defense, you'd think that they have somebody that's like 6'9", 6'10", and
another 3.
What an answer right there. But, you know, Champlin Park's defense is, as you mentioned earlier, they're 6'5", 6'6" max. But Elk River is, every time they get down near the basket, they're hesitant to go up to the rim because they're afraid of that arm, afraid of that block.
Kyler Poost with that 3 for Champlin Park. Spanier here for the Elks. Nearing 7 minutes left in the first half here from Champlin Park High School. Tuesday night high school boys basketball. Ball out of bounds, turnover back to Champlin Park. Here on QCTV Sports. Already into 2025, and season already starting to disappear for us.
Another turnover there for Elk River. A little high post, low post combo between Bull and Webster. And Bull switched over before Webster had crossed that midline, which is usually that indicating point, and creates that open area where Webster threw the ball to nobody.
Oh, nice give and go. Poost to Tilke, then to Poost. And Kyler Poost now with 5. Perfect design play. Poost got lost in the defense as he looped around. Nice look, nice pass. Basket good, 28-9. Elks ball. Balasidia out of bounds off of the Rebels. It'll stay here with Elk River.
Elk River had a shot there to basically kind of repeat that give and go with Webster and Balasidia, and Webster was just a hair late pulling the trigger on that pass down low. Balasidia would have had a wide open layup.
Webster, Cool. David Balasidia, 6-foot sophomore. Webster from the elbow. Doesn't go. Elks cold from the field. Rebound, Wagner. Crossover to the free throw line inside the paint, off a leg. Picked up Balasidia. Takes it all the way himself, and a save. Did Walter save it? No, he's out of bounds when he touched the ball. He almost blocked and saved it all in one motion, but his foot was on the baseline, and it'll stay here with Elk River.
If we've got a replay there, I want to see this. I thought he got him on the arm, right? Yeah, that's I feel like a lot more arm, so maybe it evens out that ball goes back to Elk River.
Balasidia lobs it out to Spanier. Hands it back to David Balasidia, the 6-foot sophomore. Bowl, Balasidia coming up on the elbow. Spanier Brody Thompson, that's 31. He's into the game, takes the shot, misses. Balasidia with a rebound. His turnaround shot. Back iron. Bowl crashing the glass off of his hands out of bounds.
And again, they're getting the looks as Elk River right now, and there's not really anything that Champlin Park is doing. They're staying tight, they're staying up, but Elk River's able to get space. They're able to use their offense to create shot opportunities. They're just not falling right now, and that's something that you just kind of have to keep shooting your way out of to have a shot.
Poos to 3. Bowl clears the rebound, falls to the floor, tips it over to Spanier. He'll bring it across. He has it stripped away. Christian Plunkett, and a layup on the break. Steal and 2 for Plunkett. Good balanced scoring here for Champlin Park. Their superstar Ty Wagner has just 4 points in the game. But other guys chipping in, and that's a key for them, isn't it? That's a key for them again when they play some of the top teams. Spinning around is Cool to the baseline, out of bounds, off of the Rebels. It'll stay with Elk River.
Last game for the Rebels against Anoka, that 86-85 win. Of those 86 points that Champlin Park scored, 63 of them came from 2 players, in Tilke and Wagner. Balanced scoring is going to help them a lot throughout the course of January and into section time.
Tilke averages 14.9. Bull has it stripped away. Here is Wagner, another 2-hand dunk. He does that with ease. You'd have to take 3 of my jumps and add them together to even get that high. Maybe 4.
Maybe a ladder.
Maybe a ladder. Trampoline. Nice little look underneath. Cool lays it up and in. That ends a long run here, 32-11. Back at it as Tilke takes to the hoop, a foul. You know, we haven't had a lot of fouls. 4:28 left to go, and that's just the 5th foul here in this first half.
Yeah, it's been an up and down game thus far, really back and forth. Not that many whistles, only a handful of fouls, as you mentioned. And strong move from Tilke as he understood he had a lane and he had a step on Cool, who was just a little bit late getting back.
Tilke going to the line, hits that first foul shot. Only player in double digits right now, Preston Tilke. 6'5" senior, 23 in the close win over Anoka. Wagner had 40 in that one. That was a season high. Tilke hits it. He has 11, 34-11 Rebels. Front court, Balasidia. Spanier. Bull comes up to set the screen. Goes instead in the corner. Bounce past Thompson. Underneath. Good look to Bull. And Jackson Bull is his first points of the night for Elk River.
Good pass there. Sneaking that one by Brody Thompson. Just getting it past the outstretched arms. And Bull able to lay it in easily.
Plunkett out to Poost. Good. 3 for Poost. And he's off the bench here with 8 points in the first half. Couple of threes. 37-13. Balasidia fade away in the lane. Does he get the bounce? He doesn't. It bounces 3 times. Doesn't go. Scrambling rebound Thompson. And it looks like Thompson made contact with the baseline with the ball. That'll give it over to the Rebels.
He was trying to turn over to call a timeout, and, and in
he
doing
rolled
so,
over
set
out
the
of
ball
bounds.
right on the end line, and the official right on top of it, making a good call. Klepner and the Champlin Park bench right here. You see it. That ball comes free, and he turns over, and right there.
Aaron Klepner, 2016 grad here, played baseball and basketball. 2015 state champions. Had some really good teams. 10 years ago here at Champlin Park, that shot missed. Rebound Harris. See if the Elks can go on a little bit of a run. Nice little pass. Webster blocked. Rejected by Plunkett. He went up, knocked it away. Rebel ball. Salikpo, he'll kick it back out. Ends up with it again through the middle. Look at that pass to Tilke. Goes in, a reverse. Preston Tilke feeling it tonight. He has 13.
One thing you can say about Champlin Park on the passing side is that they'll pass in and out. They're never really just going to go all the way around the perimeter. They're looking to get people watching the ball in and out. And it's a whole lot easier to beat a defense when they're not moving, watching the ball.
Oh, nice pass. Webster down to Balasidia. Up and good, and a foul.
Elk River's ball movement has been really solid here. Ballicidia getting that ball down low. He's been outstanding so far this game, just moving without the ball. It's just been a matter of getting the pass to him on time, and there he was able to catch, put the ball up, and draw that foul.
David Ballicidia's free throw is good. That's the first free throw attempt in this game by Elk River. 3 points. Bleeding the three-point play, 39-16. Jallo kicked out. Tilke, Poost, couple of threes tonight. Hands it back to Tilke. Jallo, shot doesn't go for Slickbo in the corner. Rebound, Ballicidia tries the long bomb for Harris. It's intercepted. Good anticipation, Slickbo. Playing like a defensive back with the interception, takes it back underneath. Reverse layup, good by Jallo. 6 points for Jallo, averages 5.6 on the season. Under 2 left.
Transition offense for Champlin Park is not going to be good news for Elk River and their defense. They're attempts to stop and limit Champlin Park here tonight.
Champlin Park looking for their 7th win of the season. Coming in at 6-2. They go to Maple Grove on Thursday. And then play again on Monday against their rival, the Osseo Orioles. Rebel ball, Rebel lead. Tilke. All the way across. Slickbo already short. Tapped around. Spanier ends up with a loose ball. They'll push it back the other way up ahead to the right side. Kicked out Ballicidia. Good open look. Front rim, though. Tilke grabs the rebound, gives it right back to Poost. Rebels quickly back. Poost, Jallo. Slickbo, his shot rolls out. Rebound again, Elks. Bringing across the timeline with that rebound, Eddie Reinert, sophomore, getting some time. Harris straight away, can't get it. Tilke rebounds. Under 1 minute left in the first half.
Good look there for Harris. It just didn't fall, but it was good ball movement. Elk River has been playing solid. It's just not getting the shots to fall that hurts them and has them at a 25-point deficit.
Slickbo kicked in the corner. Plunkett shot no good. Rebound right back up and in. Preston Tilke is doing just about everything here. 15 for Preston. Drive Harris. Got it. Levi Harris, his first basket on the board for the Elks. 20 seconds remaining in the half.
Shot clock off, and it looks like Slickbo is going to have the Rebels whittle this clock down for the last shot.
Tilke trying to break it down. Instead, back out to Slickbo. He'll take the three with 3 seconds left. He's got it. Patience on offense there by the Rebels. That's how they end the half. Slickbo drains the three, his first of the game. 9 first half points for Slickbo. Preston Tilke ends up leading the way with 15 and a good first half here. 46 points on the board here in the first half for the Rebels.
Yeah, Champlin Park really just playing their game, averaging 90 a game. They're at 46 halfway. You know, the big difference is that they only allowed 18, and you know, some of that has to do with Elk River's shot not falling, but it has everything to do with Champlin Park playing really solid defense and taking advantage of turnovers.
All right, Champlin Park here at home with an outstanding first half and a big halftime lead here on QCTV Sports.
Well, the simulator, it's a firearms training simulator. What it does is it runs officers through different scenarios. Some are shoot scenarios, some are non, some are de-escalation, various different ones that challenges the officers. They're both for new officer hires to get them acclimated, and then it's part of our annual training as well. Not only do we use live outdoor ranges and some indoor ranges, but we also do the simulator as well. So the scenarios run you through a gamut of different challenges. You know, ideally we want to de-escalate things verbally. We don't always want to go to guns. That's the very last thing we want to do. But if we have to do it and it's necessary and it fits within our statute for use of force, we're prepared for it. We can handle the scenarios based on our training and our experience. But these scenarios are really meant to challenge, and you can vocalize it and try to de-escalate people, try to get on a level with them where they'll listen to you. And you know, one of the scenarios, we had a gentleman that was standing on a bridge, or suicidal. We got a call there. The name of the game there is to just establish a rapport, de-escalate the situation, and get them to maybe sit down so we can, you know, get them the help that they need. But there's other scenarios there that are kind of reactionary scenarios where somebody pulls a gun and you have to react with the same matching use of force to eliminate that force.
I'll feel better, you'll feel better. There we go. There we go. You want to just scoot away from the knife and tell us how we can help?
I'm actually, you know, eyes wide open to the experiences that our officers get to go through, you know, day in and day out, and I can see how this would be invaluable for especially new officers to go through, because like you heard Jeff talk about, it's interesting to be able to make those quick decisions on, oh, did they pull out a gun or was that just their cell phone? It's amazing just being in that simulator and also surrounded. You're thinking, okay, I need to be aware of all of my surroundings, but then also try to make these quick decisions. I mean, my heart rate was escalated, my hands were a little sweaty, and then you're thinking, stay calm as you go through those de-escalation scenarios, which is hard to do when you're in that high intense situation.
The Citizens Academy is held every year, once a year. It starts in March and it ends in April. It runs for 8 weeks on Thursday nights. It's free of charge. What we do is we walk citizens through what it's like to be a Champlin police officer. We go over many different aspects of law enforcement, investigations, traffic, DWI. We take a trip to the Hennepin County Dispatch Center. We have the Hennepin County Medical Examiner come in and talk to us. It's very, very interesting. And then, of course, one of the more popular ones is here at the Firearms Training Simulator here in Maple Grove, where everybody is assigned a 10-minute session, and it's one-on-one, and we go through the scenarios just like we did with Ashley.
Yeah, our goal at the City of Champlin with our police department is really to connect with the community and make sure that we are transparent in everything that we do. And I think the Citizens Academy, and especially this night where they get to experience it and see it live, it's just eye-opening to make that connection between what is it like to have a day in the life of a police officer, to experience the things they've experienced and be able to see it firsthand, and all of a sudden you start to think, oh, I can see why they made some of the decisions they made, or how quickly you have to react when your emotions are high and a scene is escalated and they have to stay so calm. I mean, it's incredible to experience. And I'm just so excited that our residents get a chance to experience that through the Citizens Academy, so that they can keep that connection and see what our officers go through.
If you want to sign up for the Champlin Police Citizens Academy for 2025, all you got to do is contact our police department. We'll put you in contact with the right person to get you enrolled. But I'll tell you, the class is very popular and we are ready enrolling people for 2025. So if it's something that you think you might be interested in, the sooner the better.
It's like, what's going on? On today's edition of Lunch with the Mayor, we are paying tribute to our amazing public works staff at Broadway Pizza, an iconic Minnesota staple.
So Dan, how long have you worked at the city?
I started January 2019,
Okay.
so almost 6 years here coming up.
So what What does your job consist of, and where might folks see you out and about?
Yeah, people can see me out in the parks around properties that the city has here. I do the irrigation for all the parks throughout the city.
In the summer, you're out in the parks and
Yep.
taking care of our irrigation systems, many of them throughout the city.
Many systems, yep.
Keeping our city looking good in those dry, especially dry periods.
Yes.
In the winter, what do you do in the winter?
Plow snow, I have a plow route that I'm on, and yep, keeping our streets nice and clean.
All right, Dan, well, thanks for coming to lunch with me. I'm excited.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. We're at the famous Broadway Pizza, and a go-to in Champlin, and I think the entire Twin Cities at least.
Yeah.
Broadway Pizza is a locomotive-inspired pizzeria. Great for the entire family, from family-style seating area to cocktails at the bar. Champlin is lucky to have Broadway Pizza in our community.
So you've been at the city of Champlin now for a handful of years. What did you do prior to working for the city of Champlin?
Sure. I worked for the city of St. Paul St. Paul Regional Water for about 5 years. And I also do landscaping on the sides. I did a little bit of that.
Well, so you left the city of St. Paul, you came home to Champlin, and
Yep.
people, kind of a neat story behind Dan is you're from Champlin, you're a graduate of Champlin Park High School, so you work where you grew up and,
Yep.
and now still live.
Yep.
And so that's a really cool and neat to have you in your own hometown and
Absolutely.
working. It kind of feels like you never leave home now, huh?
Yeah, it's a great town. I'm glad to be back home here. Like you say, I grew up here. I graduated from Champlin Park. Yes.
And so you may see Dan up at the crossings with his family. I've seen your kids up there.
Yeah.
And you and the family enjoying the summer concert series. So Dan isn't just out in the streets working, but he's out in the community when he's off the clock as well. So I love seeing you around. And
Yeah.
Dan's one of my favorites to run into.
Thank you, yeah.
So we really enjoy having you with the city. I think you represent the city very well.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you to Dan and the entire Champlin Public Works Department for their hard work and dedication to the city. And thank you to Broadway Pizza for hosting today's amazing lunch buffet.
It was absolutely great. Broadway never disappoints. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
Glad you enjoy.
Keep an eye out for Dan around town and be sure to give him a wave.
Getting ready for the second half. Champlin Park with the lead here. You can see their brand new Jumbotron across the way here. Beautiful big scoreboard with video and graphic capability. I don't think I could have dreamt of that in my high school days, that high schools would have something that beautiful here.
Yeah.
Before you had to go to the Metrodome to see that. That was it. They had the Diamond Vision and the big the Jumbotron at the Metrodome back in the 80s, early 90s. As we take a look at here some of the highlights from the first half.
Saw there was Telke getting out early in transition, and then that three from Spanier. Wagner getting that one, and we're underway.
Backdoor cut to Wagner underneath. He had 8 first half points. I only had him for 4 on mine, that they put 8 up on the scoreboard, so I always go with the official score and the scoreboard and everything. I just don't trust my real-time scoring when I call a game, because sometimes I don't know if you've noticed this, sometimes I just like to look off into space and kind of daydream.
Yeah, that's the word about Jim Erickson
exactly.
when he's calling the game, is daydreaming.
Valicidio, the jump shot, missed it. It's tapped right back to him. Spanier here for the Elks. Elks in the white, the red numerals. Nice dribble behind the back. Spanier stop shot, back iron. Those shots have just not been falling as much as they need to fall here for the Elks. Back comes Wagner, high off the glass, draws the foul.
Yeah, strong through contact for Ty Wagner right there, and doesn't get the bucket, but he'll get a trip to the charity stripe for 2. Wagner with only 8 in the first half, below his season average, as we mentioned in the first half, averaging almost 30, just about 30. per game.
29.8, I think officially. Break it down to tenths of a point. He hits both free throws here. We didn't have a lot of fouls. That was the one thing, good thing about that first half. Not a lot of fouls, not a lot of foul shots. Elk River only attempted one foul shot. Meanwhile, the Rebels only attempted 4. 2 of those were the and one variety. Max Spanier here for Elk River. And down to the baseline, tapped by Walter and out of bounds.
A good play there by Jackson Bowl on the backside. It was the pass was a little bit late, and he was able to keep fighting and get a tip on that one, tap it off of Walter, who made a good defensive play.
Spanier has it. Into the corner. Shot missed. Attempt by Bell City, but Webster the rebound. Little runner with the right hand through the lane. Dominic Webster, give him 5 for the game. Slickbo kicked out. Walter shot corner 3, front rim. Rebels though scramble for the rebound. Wagner takes it underhand. Dipsy-Do was tipped. Kicked out. Walter this time it's the 3. Missed one from there just momentarily ago. And Walter drains that one from the corner.
Spanier got hurt. I think
Is he bleeding?
He might be. I'm not sure if he's bleeding, but you can see him right
there.
there.
He
was off the
poked in the eye,
poked
maybe?
in the eye, something that prevented him from even continuing in that play. And playing 4-on-5, it just comes down to the Rebels finding the open shooter.
That Walter basket was only a 2. He was on the line, so it's 51-20. Wagner almost stripped it away. Davis holds on to it. And Levi Harris the shot, missed it for 3. All the way into the hoop was Ballicidia. Foul called on the Rebels.
And I think that's going to have to start being part of the Elk River game if they are going to have any chance to hack away into this 31-point lead that the Rebels have built up. Is going to have to be attacking the basket, maybe getting to the free throw line, but just working the perimeter and trying to find those spot up shooters or get the passes there on time has been difficult thus far. So it's going to rely a little bit more on the athleticism and speed of the Elk River Elks here in the second half.
Ballicidia makes the first of his 2 free throws. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Short on this one. Wagner goes up to get it. Spanier being looked at. It does look like he did get a cut. Looks like they're applying pressure to his forehead. Over on the far sideline behind the scorer's table, behind the benches. Webster clears the rebound here for the Elks. Trying to chip away, finds Thompson to the baseline, denied. Walter got in the way, and his toss back out, intercepted. Slickbo gets the roll. Strong move on transition. 11 for Slickbo. He averages 17.4. We talk about Wagner and Tilke, but don't forget about Slickbo and his scoring prowess. Wagner takes this one away. He tries to push it. Harris called for the foul, reaching in to stop Wagner. Wagner to the line.
And you see right there, there's Spanier getting attended to by the trainer on site. And it looks like it's just above the right eye is what he's getting attended to.
Wagner 2 shots, connects. He has 11. Ballicidia checks out. Second one comes up short. Jackson Bowl rips the rebound. Webster for a big man. He brings the ball up regularly. Oh, nice high-low layup for Bowl. Bowl got lost, and Webster found him.
I love that. Webster's got a little bit of skill. He's got a little bit of wiggle where he can work in, especially if Champlin Park's going to put Jallo on him. That's something that Elk River can exploit here in the second half.
Elks rebound the miss. Up ahead for the big man. And that looked like Tilke got up and blocked it, got a piece of it. Up against the glass, out to Harris's 3. Rolls around and falls.
Thought that might have been a goaltend initially, but it works out for the Elks, getting the 3 points instead of the 2.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure Webster's hit the back glass before it touched Tilke, and should have been a goaltend.
Ball out of bounds. It'll stay here with the homestanding Champlin Park Rebels. Tilke to inbound. Quick look into Walter. Goes up against the bigger Webster and able to get over him and score.
Walter is only a sophomore, but I've heard Coach Klepner let us know multiple times that probably the most mature guy on the court. Plays a role, does it really well, keeps everybody accountable.
Harris, baseline, got it. Levi Harris heating up. He had the 3 on the last trip. Now he has 2. He has 7 for the game, 5 this half.
Team high leading scorer, 13.7 points per game for Levi.
Selikbo, wide open. Tilke can't connect. Bull collects that rebound. 2 arms around it. Up ahead to Chase Sheldon. It's in there for Spanier, who's out injured on the sideline. Webster tries to go baseline. He runs right into Mo Jallo. Out of bounds off of Jallo. It'll stay with the Elks.
And I think, that's already a quick adjustment. Jallo might be bleeding, so he's got to come out. That's a quick adjustment by Champlin Park and bringing a help defender down on Webster. As he had a couple of really successful offensive series there that helped the Elks get some points.
Thompson lobs in. Levi Harris tight roping the near sideline. Harris to reset. Thrown in the corner to Sheldon. Averages about 4 points a game. Sheldon able to track it down and save it. Bowl back to Sheldon, or excuse me, Thompson. Thompson on the left elbow. And that shot doesn't go. Tilke with a rebound. Tilke, Selikbo finds a lane, and a seam takes it for 2.
He doesn't need much of one, but that was a wide open lane. He was not going to pass that up. Such a strong finisher at the rim. Selikbo is so fun to watch.
Harris dials it up and hits.
His shot looks so much smoother here in this second half. Does Levi Harris? He has pulled up a couple of different times. He's short inside, and here we go.
Harris with the steal. Harris in, layup good. Harris now with 10 points here in the opening 5.5 minutes of the second half. Now he gets a block. No, they'll call him for a foul. Levi thought he got it clean, but it'll be foul shots here for the Rebels.
I think he might have got him with the body there, and that's what the call was. I think, his hands were pretty clean getting all ball there, but Levi has a little bit different swagger when things are going right, and if you can kind of start getting him in a groove, he can score points in bunches.
State football championship kind of swagger.
He has that.
14 points, Lickbow. Well, when you are the quarterback of the power T offense, you're able to command that kind of trickery. Well, you've gone against it as a coach for the Andover football team.
Don't need to remind me.
No, I'm sorry.
He's but one thing with that offense that Coach Hamilton runs, and I've heard him say it multiple times, if his quarterback isn't the smartest player on the field, then he's in trouble. And a couple of state championship rings, Hamilton's been able to find some really smart quarterbacks, and Levi's just the latest.
Bull kicks it out. This is Chase Sheldon, takes a shot, goes down. Selikbo made contact, and Chase Sheldon gets a chance to get his first points of the game. He'll go to the line. Oh, and now Webster. Now look at Webster had a bloody nose. Now he's over on the sideline.
It's a regular old mash unit behind the Champlin Park scoring table.
Spanier got a cut, and now Dominic Webster's over there by the water cooler, and the trainer helping there. It is the time of the year for nosebleeds, though, as dry as it is.
Super dry, yeah. It's oh man.
Oh, a scramble on the floor, still with it. Bull wrestling his way through there. Did somebody call a timeout? They're going to call a travel on Bull, more than likely, or did he get the timeout? One referee granted him the timeout. The other saying travel. Let's take a look at the replay.
Timeout's given.
Yep.
I think that's the right call. I heard, I could hear Coach Servati yelling it from up here. And, if there was possession granted and he's yelling it, then that is the right call. I'm glad the officials got together to confer. And I think Klepner's is just making sure, hey, that I think he's actually asking why the foul wasn't on the initial contact on on that play before the travel.
Look at the upcoming schedule for the Elk River Elks.
Coon Rapids at home, and then a road trip to Tino on the 13th. Maple Grove, that's all in the same week. And then on that, I believe that's a Friday the 16th. And they'll be taking on section opponent Sauk Rapids Rice. That's a tough game. Sauk Rapids Rice is pretty good.
The Storm ranked in the top 10. I looked at the rankings. St. Michael Albertville's up there.
Section 8 is no joke this year in basketball.
Definitely not. Elks inbounding. Cool, able to go all the way to the backcourt. Levi Harris set to reset as he brings it across the timeline. 6-minute mark of the half. Harris got it again. And he is feeling it. That's his third 3 of this half. 15 for Harris. Down to a 23-point game.
I get it, it's 23, but that's a guy that you just don't want to get hot. You don't want to let somebody that has, that kind of confidence in himself and can exude confidence into other players getting hot.
Walter, and he answers. Gavin Walter. He has 7. Over his average right now, he averages 6 a game.
Calm, cool, collected, Gavin Walter. You get to see kind of those traits that Coach Kleppner talked about.
Good hustle by Thompson. Sheldon for the Elks. Bowl. Sheldon, 3. Bowl, tapped rebound. Tilke gets a hand on it, fires it up for Wagner. It's out of bounds. Who is it off? It's off of Elk River, Champlin Park ball.
So we talk about Levi Harris a lot as a quarterback, but he's also the best safety on that team. And, going out and defending a pass like that, we've seen that hands multiple times in his athletic career as well. Wasn't able to go up and get that one, but was able to get his hand on it.
Here's Walter. Left-hand dribble, gives it up to Poost. Preston Tilke draws a double team over to Slickbo, open. That rattles. Those shots were going in the first half for the Rebels. Doesn't go here. Jackson Bowl clears the rebound here for the Elks.
Really good vision there by Tilke. He found the open shooter with that extra body attacking him. He's just sees the court so well.
Ball in the middle, stolen. Slickbo, 3-on-1 the other way. Slickbo, lob pass laid up by Wagner and is good. He has 13 for the game. Elks come right back. The pass to Bowles off of a Rebel off the bottom of the hoop and out of bounds. It looks like Max Spanier is getting close to returning here to the game. Now they're just cleaning up some blood on his jersey.
Lob. And I can guarantee you that Slickbo is going to give a little bit of the business to Ty Wagner for not flushing that one.
Right. Just didn't feel comfortable. Sheldon takes the inbounds and he scores. Chase Sheldon, 4 points. 1 for 2 from the line, then adds a 3 there. Right side, the shot by Wagner. Contested, rebound Bowl. 65-40, Rebels with the lead. Lob into the front court is over Sheldon's head and out of bounds. Again, 2 starters right now unavailable for the Elks. Both Webster and Spanier needing some work on the sideline from the trainer. Spanier is their returning all-conference player from last year. Really the only senior that plays here for the varsity. Meanwhile, Webster was a starter last year as a sophomore. He's heading back to the bench. Looks like he's good to go. The bloody nose is no more. Wagner cleared out a little bit there with the forearm, out of bounds. Off of the Elks, staying here with the Rebels.
So Spanier is now looks to be cleared as well, heading back to find a seat on the bench. But you have to imagine Coach Servati is going to look to get Spanier and Webster back in the game as soon as he can. It's a 25-point game, but you never know what happens if a team gets hot shooting. A 25-point deficit with 10 to go is not crazy.
Poost. Feeling good from the outside. 11 for Poost off the bench. Gotten good contributions off the bench tonight here for Champlin Park. Harris pulls it up against Tilke. Tilke in his face. Chase Sheldon. Cool. Thompson. No. Rebound Rebels. Christian Plunkett tipped away. Stolen right back here by the Elks. They get it up ahead. Harris got it. Levi Harris, he's been money from the outside. He has 18. And Champlin Park is going to take a timeout. Their lead is still 25, but the Elks have really showed some life with 2 starters sidelined with blood issues, if you will. And they've been able to kind of spark things here a little bit. They've looked better in the second half, no doubt.
Yeah, and it all kind of starts right now. Leading scorer Levi Harris for the Elks coming out. He's made 4 of his last shots. 3 of them have been threes. And, if that shooting stroke starts looking good, and I think that's supposed to be the Champlin Park upcoming schedule. Totino. Nope, that is the Andover. There we go. There's the Champlin Park roster.
Just a quick little click.
Don't blink. But, it's a 25-point game, 8:55 to go. Elk River's going to have to probably play perfect basketball the rest of the way to have a shot. But, the shots aren't necessarily just falling from the sky for Champlin Park either. Elk River's playing solid defense and doing whatever they can. If you don't have that shooting percentage as low as they did in the first half, it's probably a little bit different story right now for both teams.
Poost hands it off to Wagner. Jallo. Tilke makes a move and got bumped. Travel. A little bit of contact there, but they called him for the travel.
I think, actually the reason for that extra step from Telke was he thought there was going to be more contact. I think he
was
anticipating and put that foot down a little bit sooner than he needed to.
Harris, that one doesn't go. That was down, rattled out. Bull battling the rebound with Jallo off of Jallo, out of bounds.
If you're Coach Servati right now, every time you have a chance to, whether it's a timeout or it's just a dead ball, you're just saying, hey, let's just whittle the lead down. 1 possession at a time. Right now, you get a 3. It's a 22-point game. Get it under 20, and then you focus on getting it under 15, and you just do it as quickly as you can.
Oh, what a pass by Harris down to Bull. Pump fake, and he's able to power it through Tilke. Bull's 6th point of the night here for the Elks. 68-45. 23-point Rebel lead. Poost, Tilke, nice touch pass into the corner. Open as Plunkett got it. Christian Plunkett adds a 3. He has 5 off the bench here for the Rebels.
I believe that's 5 different players for Champlin Park have made 3-point baskets.
Sheldon out high. There's Spanier back in the game. Takes a bump there from Wagner. Spanier has it. As I mentioned before, all conference last year. Averaging 11.1 in a monster game against Duluth East. 26 tapped away. Poost with the steal. He's going to go in all alone. Oh, off of the backboard and the 2-hand jam by Wagner. Oh, they had that one planned.
That was outstanding. Put that on a top 10. Whatever you got to do.
Poost with the setup on that one. Spanier with a runner. Bull with the save. Fires it in the middle. Now a 3-on-1 here for the Rebels. Up ahead, all the way, layup no good. Rebound Tilke. And then to Wagner. 2 more for Wagner. He's slowly getting closer to his average now with 17.
Just like that, lead climbs back out to 30.
Bull gets the rebound, but goes down to the floor with possession. That's a travel.
I see the Rodman comparisons. His ability to go up, and especially against guys that are bigger. Here's that replay. Unbelievable. Poost connecting with Wagner, and he
That's
definitely, letting him know, hey, I'm your trailer here. And if Wagner gets any words from Silikpo about not flushing that one earlier, he can just come back with that clip.
Right, exactly. He was saving it for later. With 6:32 remaining in the game, lead up to 30. 7-0 run here by the Rebels. Plunkett sits down into the game. Jallo. Here is Wagner. Goes around, got bumped, ball loose. Never went out of bounds. Rebound, Poost underneath. No room there. Kicks it out. Silikpo, front rim, back rim. Tilke tried to go with a dunk off the rebound. Went to the rim but didn't have the ball. And it's Elk ball Levi Harris, Thompson, Sheldon, Spanier. His first shot since coming back. That ends up short. Slickbo with a rebound. Up ahead, Wagner. Great body control. 2 more for him. 19 for the Rebels, leading scorer, one of the top scorers in the state at 29.8.
He's fun to watch. He'll obviously be playing college basketball somewhere next year. We talked to Coach Klepner about that and said, you know, there's some interest floating around. Nothing official yet, but Ty's trying to keep playing things a little bit close to the chest and see what comes of it.
I'm sure he was probably at the gym when his mom was coaching basketball in the varsity at Forest Lake. He's probably dribbling the ball around on the side court somewhere or whatever, shooting around during halftime. I didn't even know it was him, and here he is calling his game, and he's lighting things up here in his senior season.
Sheldon at the free throw line for the Elks after he drew that foul against Jallo with the drive in the lane.
Sheldon puts that one in, makes them both, right? He has 5 on the game, make it 6.
Webster back in the game. Good to see both he and Spanier return, and great job to the trainer here on site, getting them prepared and ready back to playing status.
It's important to have those people on hand. Wagner, left hand, draws the double team, kicks it out. Tilke, he'll take a 3, misses. Webster had it stripped away. Slickbo's got it back. His shot off the front rim. Elks rebound, stripped away, right back to Wagner. Goes up against Webster, got a piece of it, and Webster the rebound. Brings it up across. Harris spots up 3, yes. 21 now for Levi Harris.
That leads all scorers.
It does. Wagner is 19. Tilke and Slickbo 15. All unofficial, of course. Slickbo's drive, double team in the middle, intercepted. Rebrovich seeing his first action of the night, number 23, Nick Rebrovich, a junior. He now has the ball. Harris nearing 4.5 left. Harris, he's feeling it. That one doesn't go. Wagner off the glass.
I think on the floor they might call that heat check.
Now Wagner tries one, but getting a piece of that was Spanier. Spanier then waits for the long pass. Wagner meets him, and then he blocks Spanier. Spanier got a piece of Wagner's 3, and then Wagner went back and returned the favor. All the way to the hoop and getting the roll over the rim. Slickbo.
That's an unreal finish. You know, he just slows himself down enough as you get through here and then reaches back just to let that one walk over the front rim. And we're going to get I think we got a line change here for
pretty
Champlin
much
Park.
Line change.
We absolutely did get a line change.
Poost is back in. Plunkett back in. They've all played. Poost is back in, as we mentioned. Webster has the ball here for the Elks. Rebrovich, Levi Harris. Front rim no good. Bowl runs into Tajon Nolan into the game for the first time. The foul's on Jackson Bowl. That's his 3rd. We have really nobody in foul trouble. We haven't even been close to the bonus.
Yeah, I think we only had 6 fouls in the first half.
Yeah, we have 8
here in this half.
In that respect, it's been a good, clean game. Not a lot of whistles, not a lot of foul shots. Rebels Poost. Peerless Davis, number 21, is out there now, a 6'3 junior, and the basket up and good. There's Poost again. He's had a nice game off the bench. He has 13 off the bench points, and you know he's playing here late in the game, but he played a lot of minutes, quality minutes, and important parts of the game early on. Bowl backs it into the lane. Spanier looks for Webster. He makes a cut to the basket. Spanier spinning off the double team for Levi Harris. Harris against Davis, into Webster, free throw line. Bumped a couple of times here by Nolan, kicked out Harris, open look, got it. Levi Harris, 24 now. He had 17 against Duluth East. Musa Dukley, Number 10 into the game. He handles the ball and he hands it up over to Plunkett, and he drains one.
I think that makes 6 Champlin Park players with a 3-point basket.
Plunkett now with 8. Spanier, runner, missed. Bull, fantastic save. He's just like Rodman.
Everywhere.
I mean, that's what Rodman did. I mean, he would go like that into the crowd, into cameramen. It didn't matter. He was saving as long as he wasn't kicking people, but he was making saves like that. Jackson Bull's a treat to watch.
He's just everywhere. His arms, legs. It doesn't matter. He's gonna sell out to make whatever plays in front of him at that moment, and when the next one presents itself, he'll do the same thing again.
Tajon Nolan, Poost, Davis, Dukley. Little push up. They let him go, and he's going to be fouled. They'll call the foul on the defensive player, Rebrovich. It's his first. Exactly 2 minutes remaining in this one, 84-53.
Musa, just a freshman, and out here getting some late minute time, but he looks the part. He's got some length to him as well, and nice shot there, nice form.
Free throw is good. Dukley's first point, so give him a point off of the bench. Number 2 is also good. 2 for 2 for Dukley. Here are the Elks. Webster. Fadeaway. Rolls off. Rebound underneath. A save by Aiden Powell into the game. Into the hand, though, of the Rebels. Davis. Poost all the way off the glass. Foul. Poost to the line. Getting a few more foul shots here late in the game. We had very few, probably in the first 3 quarters of the game here tonight.
Well, if he makes both of these, that will put the rest of this game into running time.
What is it these days, 35?
And 35 points.
Poost collects that one. 14 points on the night. Levi Harris, who has 24. I was looking up his season high. His season high was 28 at Rogers. And both foul shots here good by Poost. 15, 88-53, 35-point difference. 90 seconds left. To the left side. Rebovich, the shot, no good. Webster back up. That misses. And then off of the rebound, he had it. I think it went off his forehead and out of bounds. With defenders' hands up in there as well with 1:24 left. Nolan set to inbound.
Yeah, you had a couple of looks there, did Webster, but as he's trying to bring it around and rebound the second time, it bounces off of his forehead.
Plunkett shot no good. Webster rebounds. Thinking about the long bomb to Thompson. Said they go into the corner. Powell for the Elks. Drains a 3. Powell, Aiden Powell, 6-foot junior. Gets on the score sheet with a minute left.
Good looking shot there for Powell, and created his own shot a little bit, finding some space and getting a quick release on that one.
Peerless Davis from the corner. Got it.
Well, Champlin Park hit 90.
91-56.
The only games they haven't hit 90 this year have been, or excuse me, haven't hit 80, have been games that they played at a showcase. So the Granite City and then the Thanksgiving one as well.
91-56 running time. Bounce pass. Open. The shot doesn't go for Rebrovich. And back the other way. With the running time, that's going to be the horn, and we have a final. Champlin Park, their 7th win of the season. They go to 7-2, 91-56, and it started early for Champlin Park, Pete. They jumped out 11-0 and really didn't look back after that.
Yeah, you know, they took advantage of some early turnovers from Elk River, who from that point on, we actually played a pretty clean, you know, I don't want to say turnover-free game, but definitely limited those moving forward. And but it was just the shot that didn't fall for Elk River in that first half that really created that big gap. Champlin Park, with the scoring talent that they have, they didn't need much of an opportunity, but they seized it and succeeded very well here tonight.
Champlin Park came into tonight averaging over 90 points a game. Did you see that on the stats? 90.9, so almost exactly on their average.
That's why we love stats.
We do love stats.
They just keep proving us right.
Exactly. Some numbers don't lie.
They don't.
They just don't lie. Averages don't lie. And speaking of the numbers, there you go. That is the final, 91-56. So Champlin Park goes to 7-2, 4-0 in the Northwest Suburban Conference. And again, their upcoming schedule at Maple Grove on Thursday. Monday, they host Osseo at Park Center on Wednesday. And for Elk River, they fall to 2-6, 0-3 in conference play. They host Coon Rapids Thursday, Monday at TG, Totino Grace at Maple Grove Wednesday, Thursday next week. They host Sauk Rapids in a section game. For our entire crew here, our cameraman, for Pete Anderson, I'm Jim Erickson here tonight again from Champlin Park High School. Rebels win it, boys hoops, 91-56. Good night, everybody. You've been watching high school boys basketball on QCTV Sports.